Hey you all, what is up? My name is Joy. Welcome to my channel and welcome back if you all tune into my very first video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be giving you all 10 reasons why you should attend an HBCU. And before we get into this video, I want to give you all some huge disclaimers. So in no way am I telling you all that HBCUs are better than PWIs. I'm not telling you all that you should go to an HBCU over a PWI, and I'm also not telling you all that the things I'm about to list can only be found at an HBCU. I'm just talking about HBCUs in this video. So this video will more so help individuals who are considering attending an HBCU or just want to know, like, what is all this hype about an HBCU? Tell me. So I'm gonna be the one to tell y'all today. So for this video, I will be reading off of my iPad. I have some notes. So reason number one, I'm going to call this HBCU pride. Now, when you attend an HBCU, whether at times you like your HBCU or you don't like your HBCU, when you leave your HBCU and you see somebody else rocking maybe a Xavier shirt or a Howard shirt or a PV shirt, like, y'all instantly have a connection. The second you realize that, a random stranger, attended your school that you currently attend, you got that instant connection. So, an example, I recently went to this very nice lounge style restaurant back home, and it was like a New Orleans style restaurant. So, I was really feeling it. And when I was getting ready to leave the restaurant, I knew my friend I was with needing a job, so I'm just like, what, let's go talk to the manager and see if they're looking to hire people. Trying to put her down on a job, and then, I was just making friendly conversation, like, hey, this restaurant's very nice. Y'all should, consider bringing something like this to New Orleans. The owner, he jokingly said, well, why would we do that? New Orleans has enough of this. And then I was just like, well, I go to school in New Orleans, and I feel like, people would love a nice lounge like this. And then that's when he said, what school did you go to? Let me find out. And I said, I go to Xavier. He said, of course, I'm not surprised. But both the owner and his wife both went to Xavier as well. So it was like an instant connection. They instantly hired my friend. I also brought my brother back in the next day to put him in on a job, and they instantly hired him. And I remember after, they ran down the job description to him, he then said, oh yeah, my name is so-and-so. And they were just like, oh, I don't even need your name. Your sister already put on a good representation for you just because, I go to Xavier. So reason number one, that's what I like to call HBCU pride. Now, reason number two, education. HBCUs are known for offering very good education. An example, Xavier. Xavier is known for producing the most Black doctors out of any other institution, whether it be HBCUs or PWIs. Xavier is known for producing the most Black doctors. In addition to Xavier, Prairie View A&M University is one of the top colleges known for producing Black engineers. And y'all, I could go on listing HBCUs that produce this and that because HBCUs are just very lit, and they're just so structured in a way that they are just producing so many successful Black people. But if I were to list all of that, I'd be here for a little minute because there's that much greatness. So with that being said, let's get into number three, the teacher to student ratio. HBCUs tend to be fairly small. The HBCU I attend, which is Xavier University of Louisiana, has around 2,000 students. My biggest class I've ever had about 70-80 students at the max. Smallest class I've ever had 3 students, including myself. And I have friends who attend public PWIs who talk about, oh yeah, I was on the wait list for this class that had about 1,000 students, and I'm just like, 1,000? I haven't even had a class with 100 students in it. There are some bigger HBCUs. The biggest HBCU is North Carolina A&T State University, and it's followed by Howard University, also having a little under 11,000 students as well. Reason number 4 is what I like to call an HBCU family. So, most universities, or all universities, colleges, institutions have orientations. Most of them require students to attend these orientations. What I've noticed with HBCU, specifically my HBCU, the second incoming students enter the university to attend orientation and just to attend the school, we instantly present, the school in a manner that welcomes everyone. We say that the school is a big family. We have an association called the Peridine Association, which helps to transition incoming students, and those students help to facilitate orientation. And during orientation, we just keep preaching. We're all about being a family. We stick together here. Whether you interact with everyone in the school or you just stick to your one group here and there are organizations where you can find a family within the HBCU. Reason number 5, there is an emphasis on alumni in HBCUs. When it comes down to giving to a university, yes, you can reach out to, I keep saying university. When it comes to reaching out to schools, giving back to schools, period, you can reach out to other outlets. But a good outlet to reach out to are the alumni. And if you're making the alumni feel as if they're important, you're reminding them that even though they no longer attend Xavier University, you will always be a Xavier, right? By holding, alumni events and holding, homecoming, which is dedicated to them. That helps alumni to feel, more appreciated, which also in turn helps when it comes down to, donating back to the university who may have offered you scholarships and other forms of things that helped you to grow as a person. Reason number 6, homecomings. Y'all, I know all schools, all colleges, all universities, I know they all have homecomings, but there is just something different about HBCU homecomings. Now, I can't speak too much on it because I've never actually attended a PWI homecoming. So some of y'all are probably like, okay, you're being biased, But what I'm saying is, I know at my university, for our homecoming, we have to schools have tailgates. At my school, we also have something that we call the boat ride for homecoming, which is basically a party on a boat. And y'all, when I tell y'all, it's great. When we get on this big boat, there's usually around like 700, 800 people on this boat. Everyone gets dressed up in their best attire. There's usually a theme. There's usually really good food, music playing. It lasts around 2 hours, I believe, and that's part of our homecoming. And I think that's very different compared to what I've heard from my friends who attend PWIs. In addition to what my school does for homecoming, I always hear people say, oh yeah, before I graduate from, my school, I just have to go to Southern's homecoming, or I have to go to Howard's homecoming, or I have to go to, Xavier's or this other HBCU's homecoming. I usually don't really hear people saying, oh, I have to go to this, PWI's homecoming before I graduate. It's more so like an emphasis on HBCU homecomings. And I'm not trying to say one is more lit than the other. They're both lit, but HBCU homecomings are definitely a different type of lit. Reason number 7, scholarships. When it comes to HBCUs, there are some scholarships that are specifically geared towards students who go to HBCUs. For example, Beyonce just recently launched a scholarship around April, I believe, called the Be Good Scholarship. And this scholarship was for 4 schools, one including Xavier University of Louisiana, and the school offers $25,000 to whoever is chosen to receive the scholarship. And other websites such as, UNCF and organizations of that nature offer scholarships specifically geared towards HBCU students as well. Reason number 8, networking and careers. So at times with being at an HBCU, you will have companies come to the school simply to scout students. Well, recently, I think I was in an English class. Someone from some company was just talking about how they went to Xavier and how they left the school, and how now that he's working for a certain company, they specifically come to Xavier looking for students. They specifically come to Xavier looking for interns for this business company, interns for this law firm. Sometimes organizations in the area will reach out to professors and faculty who are part of the university saying, hey, can you send this email to your students and let them know that I'm looking for interns? and people to conduct research with me and people to, you know, work with my business this summer and things of that sort. Reason number 9, HBCU marching bands. Y'all, HBCU marching bands are just amazing. I was never really exposed to like an HBCU form of a marching band until I got to high school. I went to a predominantly black high school, and I was exposed to a band, but a different type of band. I was exposed to drum majors and dance teams. Well, I mean, I knew what a dance team was, but I had never seen a dance team that was, you know, a dance team that got down, you know? So once I was exposed to that, that's when I really began to understand what really an HBCU was. Like, I knew an HBCU was, you know, a predominantly black school, but I didn't really know the components that went into an HBCU. So that's another thing that got me, you know, excited in high school as it comes to an HBCU. I don't know too many HBCU marching bands. I've seen many videos of HBCU marching bands, but one of the main ones I am familiar with is the Southern Human Jukebox. Like, they are amazing. Like, you know, when the dancers go like that, like, let me stop because I can't do it, but they are amazing. I'm not even going to begin to start listing, you know, the HBCU dance teams because they all get down. They're all really good. So yes, PWIs have marching bands, but PWI marching bands and HBCU marching bands are different. 2 different kinds of different. And lastly, mission statements. All universities have mission statements, but I have noticed that certain schools preach on their mission statement more than other schools do. One was to ask me, you know, what's my school's mission statement, or what's like the general idea of my school's mission statement, I will instantly be able to tell them, just because the second I touched foot on Xavier, you know, I was informed on what it means to be a Xavier, right? That's what we call students at our university. What it means to be a Xavier, right? What it means to attend this university. And the main component of being a Xavier, right, was promoting a more just and humane society through service. So yes, I've always volunteered. You know, in high school I always volunteered. People say, you know, volunteer, let's go on your resume. It'll help you get a core when you graduate. You know, it's good for you. Volunteer and you feel good after you volunteer. So, you know, I volunteered. But it wasn't until I got to college, I got to Xavier, that I found myself just volunteering for fun. You know, a desire to volunteer was instilled in me from attending Xavier, and I'm just so very thankful for that. Our mission also comes, you know, many opportunities to volunteer and give back to the community. And I've also found that that's a trend within HBCUs, promoting an emphasis on their mission statement. With that being said, that concludes this video. I know it was very different from the first one. If you all would like to see me talk about more school-related topics as such, let me know. Comment down below. If you want to just give a shout out to your HBCU or your PWI, let me know. Comment down below. Let rhyme. Like, subscribe, and y'all also follow me on my social media. Follow me at Me, Myself, and Joy on Instagram and Twitter. And let me know what else y'all like to see. Like, y'all, I'm coming with the videos. I know I took a little break after my first one, but I am coming with the videos. So stay tuned, and thank you all so much for watching.